Hello?
Hey guys, Luke here, and today we're going to have a brand new video. So this video is a follow-up video of my learner's test, which I did in episode 2 of the FLS series. Now, today's video is my P-plate story. So, for you international guys, if you haven't been to Australia or don't know the way we drive or our test that we have to take, it's ridiculous. It's stupid. We don't like it, but you have to do it. So, for your learners, that is when you're 16, you take a test on the computer. If you pass, you get your learners. So that means you can drive for 2 years. You can drive for as long as you want, but you can't actually drive by yourself. Now, once you turn 18 and you've got 120 hours worth of driving on you, that means you can go for your driving test, your P-plate test, and once you pass that, you can drive by yourself, you can do what you want, but you can only have one friend in the car with you or as much family as you want. Now, I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes, but it sucks in general. It's just not the best rule, because if you want to take more friends, you're risking overloading, and if the police catch you, then you get in trouble for it. And I've been in cars where we've been overloading, and it's just not fun, because you're like, oh, if we see a cop, then we're gonna have to pay this amount of money, and it's just not fun. But guys, this is where I went for my first P-plate test. Now, I was really nervous as well, because I had one person in my friend group who actually did fail their test, and he got shit all the time, and it was not fun. I didn't want to cop the same thing he got. I mean, I'd joke it off, of course, but still, I wanted my license. I wanted to be 18. I wanted to be out driving. I didn't want to catch any more buses or go, hey, Dad, can I, drive to Toys R Us to pick up a new Power Ranger and him have to come with me? Do you know what I mean? I want to go get my Power Rangers by myself. I'm a man, damn it. So this is what happened with my P-plate test. I had a driving instructor for about 8 weeks before that, and I'd do a lesson with him once a week, so I could get, everything tip-top and make sure everything was perfect for my driving test. This was going great. I was a perfect driver. I'm not even kidding you guys, not exaggerating. I was a great driver. My instructor said I was one of the best he had. I was going really well. Now, before the test, or the P-plate test, I think I did it a month after my birthday of turning 18, because I had to get my hours up. Like, as I told you guys, you have to get 120 hours. I only had 80, so I had to forge a fair bit of them. But once I got to the 120 hours with my driving instructor and had everything set up, I went and did my test. So when I did my test, I was nervous as anything, because before that I had to do an eye test, had to sit in there, had to listen if people passed or not, and there's all these people that are nervous as, and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm just so nervous. You can't help it. Everyone tells you when you go for your drive test, nothing to be nervous about. And there really isn't. If I had any advice, there pretty much is not anything to be nervous about. You will nail it. But you can't help your feelings. You get nervous. You cannot help it. So I was getting nervous as I could not help it at all. And it just was not a fun time for me. Now, the driving instructor was a guy. Now, my driving instructor was a guy, but the guy who was taking me for the test was a guy as well. So there was about 5 people who were doing the driving test, 4 girls, 1 guy. And the minute I get the guy, my driving instructor says, oh, this is great. He's one of the nicest blokes in here. This is fantastic. And I thought, oh, fuck me. That is so good. This guy can fuck me. This is awesome. If he will give me my license, I will sleep, he can follow me, do whatever he wants. I'll wake up with a smile. Just, this guy needs to pass me. So I get in the car, and I'm getting nervous, because you got to do all your buttons, your hazards, whatever. You got to do all these things, and you even got to do your horns. So once I finished everything off, and I've actually heard of someone who actually passed in this first 30 seconds of didn't pass in the first 30 seconds of the test. So I was thinking, shit. So, but I nailed it, and pretty much everyone nails it, to be honest. It's not a big accomplishment. But then the driving started, so I had to pull out and start driving. Now, the minute he said to me, turn left at the roundabout, then take a right at the roundabout, then look at the pretty lady on the left. As you drive past, try not to stare at her boobs. That is a big test. Well, he didn't actually say that. He just said turn left at the roundabout. I didn't hear him right, so I had to say, oh, can you please repeat that? And my driving instructor, not the test guy, said just ask that as much as you can, just make sure you're familiar with it. Now, before the test, as I guys told you, I did like an hour's worth of driving with my instructor before the test to get, really ready for the test. I fucked up that many times, it was ridiculous. I couldn't do certain things. I couldn't parallel park. I went in the wrong lane. Yes, I went in the wrong lane. So I was nervous as anything. Now, when I was driving with this test guy, I fucking nailed it. Everything was perfect. everything, my mirror checking was perfect, my 3-point turns were perfect, everything was going great. There was absolutely nothing wrong. Now, I was probably, how do I say this? I was probably about 5Ks away from the driving test place. So the place where you finish it off. And I'm thinking, this is perfect. I've absolutely nailed this with 100%. And I'm like, I'm passing my test. Now, this is where I fucked up, and I hate myself, and I'm a fucking idiot. Well, I don't hate myself, I'm beautiful, but I saw a green, and I'm really going to try to explain this to you guys well. If you don't get it, I'm really sorry, but I was driving, and there was a green light, and then there was a red arrow, because I wanted to turn right. So the people could go straight ahead, but you can't turn right. Now, me being the jerk-off I am, and I meant to say turkey jerky then, I didn't mean to say jerk-off, but I actually thought that I could creep out onto the road a bit more because there was a green light, and then I could turn if there's no one there. So I'm going to choke up a bit here, guys, soon, because I nearly failed. I creep up a bit. Now, as I creep up a bit, my driving instructor goes and starts sniffing loud. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And next thing you know, as I'm still creeping up, he goes, Luke. And you cannot do that in a test. You cannot, the driving instructor cannot say anything to you. So he says, Luke, and I just stop, and I realize, fuck me. And, to make matters worse, he puts his hand on his head, with such, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened. And I'm thinking, oh my God. So then the guy says, after that turn, he goes, all right, you can drive me back to the test place now. And I went, oh my God, because if you hear that, that is not good at all. If you're halfway through your test and you hear that, that means they're probably going to fail you, because I finished in 25 minutes. I still had another 20 minutes to go. So all up on the whole way drive back, I was absolutely cacking myself. I was not ready for this. I was so nervous, and I'm thinking, I cannot pass. I want to drive with my friends. I just cannot do this. Make, pain and injury worse for me. As the driving, test guy got out of the car and said, I'll just do your results for you. As he got out, my driving instructor said, you know what you did wrong? And I went, yeah, but I was hoping, when I said it, I was hoping, yeah, just a minor, and the rest of my driving was so perfect. And he went, mate, you nearly nailed it. I guess we're going to have to do it next time, because that was a complete fault. You can't do that. You cannot go over stop, like a full stop line or whatever they're called. And I went, shit. And keep in mind, guys, the day to do this driving was over $250 for the test, for the driving instructor. And I'd have to go home and tell my dad, listen, the money you spent on me, no bueno, it does not work. I didn't get my license. So next time, can you spend another one on me, and I'll be able to get my license. But anyway, we walked in. I was shattered. I was feeling like crying. I'm not even kidding, guys. And I was feeling like crying. And I heard a kid get his license, and by this chick, and all the chicks were really bitchy. So I'm lucky I didn't get them. And the guy took forever doing my sheet. Now my driving instructor said, oh, hang on a minute, this could be all right if he's taking this long. And I went, really? And he comes out. Next thing you know, he's coming out, and he's, congratulations, mate, you passed. And I wanted to turn him around and just pull down his pants and just give him a bath. I'm not even kidding. This guy, I nearly hugged him. I tried to jump across the desk and just give him a little kiss. He was a legend. He did not care. He just said, oh, no, he didn't even say anything bad to me. Usually they say, do this better. He just said, good job, mate, see you later. That's it. So this guy was an absolute legend. He was young, and he was a young stud, and if I ever see him again, I'm going to buy him a drink and pop a pill in it and take him home and give him a bath. So, guys, that is my story for my P-plate story. It is ridiculously lucky. I cannot believe. So my 2 driving stories are incredibly lucky. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I want you guys to basically tell me, how can I put this? Because I already told you guys last video to tell me how your driving test went. So, tell me, guys, how nervous were you going for your test? How nervous were you guys going for, say, a driving test? Has to do with driving. How nervous were you? Were you freaking out? Were you cool and calm? Or were you pretty much going to the bathroom and peeing every 10 minutes? Because I know I had to pee really bad. So, guys, thank you so much, as always, for watching this video. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And hugs and kisses. Thank you so much. And love you guys. See you later.